Hello and welcome to Unit 3. This particular week, don't forget to do your videos. For Unit 1, there were some individuals that forgot the videos. I talked to them about that. And the thing about the videos, which is very important, is that a lot of times individuals will submit their videos, not their videos, their programs in the past when they didn't require videos. And there might be some problems compiling it. There might be problems between the point in time it works fine on their machine but doesn't work on my machine, and then we have to track it down and everything along those lines. But when I get a video where the student walks through the actual information, what it does is, if you have video and then you have the requirements, and then your requirements are up as your video's up, and then you kind of walk through the requirements. If you haven't fit the requirements, it becomes readily apparent because you're trying to answer the question of what that requirement is, and you can't. And it helps the students out tremendously because of the fact that I'm not the one telling them by saying, hey, you're going to miss these points. They themselves are the individuals that are doing it because of the fact that they look at it and go, oh, I didn't do this. Let me remake it. And that's happened a number of times, or they have an add-on where they add to the video, and that's fine. So, continue to do that. Continue to participate in the discussions. Some individuals have asked me some clarifications on the discussions. Your discussion should generally follow a pattern. There should be the first discussion post where you answer the questions, and then you have two citations in APA style. And then you have to, at minimum, respond to your two more peers. It could be that they respond to you and you respond to them, or you respond to other statements, whatever the case may be. But those responses should gather outside information as well and bring that in to support whatever response you have. And that should also be with one APA source per for those two responses. So if you do the main response to APA citations, and then, or the main response to the question, and then two follow-on responses to your peers, with one APA citation per, that's the bare minimum. And if you look at the rubric, some of the later sections basically say the students are on time, the students meet the minimum standards, things along those lines. Now, if you want to go beyond the minimum standards, that's when you get beyond those two and you engage. And the whole idea behind the discussion is you are actively engaging in a discussion with both myself and your peers. You'll see a lot of times where I ask questions like, oh, how do you think this will apply to your day-to-day life? Or how do you think along those lines? And the idea behind that is kind of get you rolling in a discussion. So if we were in a classroom, you'd be actively engaged in that discussion. That's what it's supposed to create. And I understand people can't spend all week looking at the discussion board, but try to check in and try to move along those lines. And people had asked for some hints where that's hints. They'd asked for basically clarification. That's what I gave. All right. So in addition to that, you've got two things this week. And they're big ones. They're an abstract class and inheritance. And what's the difference between the two? Now, I'm going to go into it. And I'm going to talk about it in different things. And please see the micro lessons. Please see the video that I put on there because especially for these more complex things, I have where I'm talking about things, but I also try to find another video where someone else is talking about things. And the reason is what I found over time is I'm not really particular about how you're understanding. Like, oh, a friend of mine told me and it made sense. The instructor told me and it made no sense at all. But you got it. And that's the part that I care about. And that's why I have a video where I'm doing it. And then there's another video because sometimes if you hear somebody from a different perspective or different way to explain it, or their voice sounds different, I mean, there's lots of different nuances here, then you get it. And that's the part that I'm the most interested in. I'm going to try to tell you my way. I'm going to try to get you there my way, but then I'm going to add in somebody else that maybe says it differently, and then, oh, it's the aha moment that clicks, and that's what we're there for. I've had a few people ask me questions. Send me that email. Continue to keep me informed of what's going on. But otherwise, excellent job so far. And I look forward to seeing what you have to say this week. Thank you very much for your time.